Hello everybody and welcome back to PGG. I play 4 new games in the Game Pass every month and eliminate one each week until we have the winner, my personally recommended game of the month. Keep in mind these are only my opinions. Last week I eliminated the first of the 4 games, Nowhere Prophet, Carrion, Spiritfarer, and Creature in the Well. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched that episode, I recommend you go watch it before you see this. This week is the last elimination week of the month. Today I'll be talking about the challenge spike. The challenge spike is a simple graph that I designed that depicts the challenge of each game as you go through them. First up, Nowhere Prophet. Nowhere Prophet is a turn-based card combat game. Basically, you're the leader of a group. You gotta lead these people through the wastelands. As you're doing that, you gotta keep your people and resources in good health, or you lose. Take a look at this simple graph that depicts the challenge spike of Nowhere Prophet. As you start the game, the challenge spike is very low. The game is pretty easy. As you meet new foes and travel through the wastelands, the challenge spike increases, especially when you reach the end level. Now, I've never gotten past the final boss of the first map, but I can imagine it's only going to be harder in the next map. And I've got to say, this game really pulls me in. Second in our list, Carrion. Carrion is a reverse horror game. In this game, you play as a biomass created for war. The game starts with you breaking out of your container. From there, you slither your way around the underground military base, eating people to grow larger and stronger. Now let's take a look at the challenge spike. When you start out, the challenge spike isn't very high. The game's pretty easy, to be honest. As you go through the game, it rises. This happens only because the vents and destructible walls can be hard to see at times. This makes it hard to move forward in the story because on top of doing the things that the game needs you to do, you now need to be constantly looking for these vent things. That's the only reason the challenge spike rises. As you get further in the game, you meet new enemies. This raises the challenge spike quite a bit. Also, once you get to this point, the story really starts to come alive. You start to realize the meaning of some parts of the game. I won't spoil anything, but this game is a really good one. Last on our list is Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is a cozy management game about dying. Don't get it? I don't blame you. In this game, you play as a young girl named Stella, and beside you at all times is your best friend, Daffodil the cat. You sail and explore the seas, meeting new people along the way. As you start the game, the challenge spike is pretty low. The only difficult part of the game at this point is how time-consuming it is. The wait time in between getting from one place to another can be tiring. As you explore more of this world, the challenge spike goes up once again. This happens only because in order to get certain upgrades and food recipes, you'll need to hunt for certain resources. Some resources may be very rare. My biggest problem with the game was, in order to upgrade my boat, I needed to find something called lightning in a bottle. No joke. In all the time I've played this game, I've never found it. Not even one. I've looked into all the shops, merchants, towns, and anything else I can think of, but to no avail. No wonder it's called lightning in a bottle. They've bamboozled me again. That's the only reason the challenge spike goes up. I think it's a great game, besides, the lightning in a bottle part. It's elimination time. Comment down below which game you think will be eliminated. The game that'll be eliminated is Carrion. Carrion is a new and unique game. Maybe even the rebirth of reverse horror games, because there are only a couple of horror games out there where you can play as a monster. Now, why would I eliminate it? Here are the reasons. I feel really contained when I play it. I can only go where they want me to go, and only do what they want me to do. The game is very controlled, and I know I've said this before, but the vents blend in too well with the background. This makes it hard to move forward in the story and game. The competition is very high this week, so I had to go with Carrion. Alright, that's the second and last elimination week of September. Next week will be the grand finale, so stick around to find out which of these games will compete for my personally recommended Game of the Month. I'll post the next video Sunday, 12 PM Central Standard Time. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and remember, life is short. Play great games.